Hello and welcome to our channel. We decided today to do a McDonald's mukbang Q&A style. So we're all full of cold and it's still so snowy where we are, so we just can't get the horses out and about safely. Champ hasn't been ridden for a few days because of the snow, and where I'm not feeling 100%, the whole plan was to take him out for a Christmas hack today, but where I'm not feeling 100% and he hasn't been out for a few days, I don't feel strong enough to put up with any antics he might throw at us. So I asked a couple of weeks ago over on my Instagram and my Facebook and here on YouTube for some questions for a Q&A and some assumptions, anything that you'd like to know about us. So we've got a list of questions here, and we're going to go through them today whilst we're going to eat our McDonald's. So what did you get, Lewis?
I've got a Happy Meal and 2 cheeseburgers.
Happy Meal and 2 cheeseburgers. I've got a hot chocolate. This is the best thing to drink in this weather. And McChicken sandwich meal I got. So let's have a look at this question. The first one, some of them were pretty much the same sort of question a couple of times, so we just answer a few of them. And the first one is, what's your favourite horse coat colour? What's yours, Lewis?
My one is palomino and white.
Yeah, you want the coloured. He would love a traditional cob, palomino and white. And to be fair, I love the traditional cobs, I really do. But the amount of feather that they've got down at our yard where we're right by the river, it can get really muddy come, well, spring and autumn really. So I just worry that a traditional cob would get real bad bog burn on their feathers, and so it won't be beneficial for us. But if we ever moved yards, the possibility of getting a traditional cob would be high. So my favourite horse coat colour is a palomino, but like Willow's colour, the real dark palomino. I don't like a really light washed out palomino. So Willow, although we never knew he was going to get that dark, he is my dream coat colour. That's good. Right. Next one. Am I going to show Gambler? No, I'm not. He is very much Lewis's horse, and although I think he would go far in the ridden showing if he was schooled a bit more, no, I'm not going to show him. I don't want to make him something that Lewis then can't ride. I want them to grow and progress together, and then over time, if Lewis gets up to the level that I'm riding at, then possibly, but not in the foreseeable future. So then another question I got was, how high have I jumped? Very open and honest, jumping is not my thing. I've never had a jumping lesson, so I don't know when to fold, how to go with the horse. Jumping's never been something I've ever been interested in. I only do it more now because Champ seems to enjoy it. But my old mare, Jeannie, that I used to have, I jumped her over, I think it was about 85, 90. Just like one jumps at a time, but I could do that height, but not as a course. But she made it easy because however I put her to the jump, she would clear it. She was one of these that never done stops, never run out, never refused, nothing. So I just had to hold on and she'd take me over the jump. Sadly, we lost her a couple of years ago to a brain tumour, but she taught me a hell of a lot. So with Champ, over a course, I can only get over about 40 at the moment. He can do a hell of a lot higher. It is completely my confidence. As I say, I don't know what to do. So although I will never take show jumping competitively, I do plan to have some jumping lessons come spring to make it so I can feel safer getting over the jump. Then someone asked, what is your favourite discipline? So what's yours? Do you like jumping, ridden, the in-hand, cross-country? What do you like, Lewis?
At the minute I like the in-hand showing, but as I get older and braver, I want to do the ridden showing.
You do, don't you? Yes, and my favourite discipline, again, used to be the in-hand. When we started with the horses, we had only young horses. So I done the in-hand and took it as high as I could with the in-hand. And then as the horses started getting broken into ride, I then found that I love doing the flat ridden showing. Yeah, so that's what I want to do. My ultimate goal would be to compete at Hoy's Horse of the Year show, flat ridden showing. So that is my favourite discipline. And then someone else asked, what is the favourite thing to do? What is your favourite thing to do with a horse?
Probably maybe brush them, maybe.
You do like brushing them, spending time with them. My favourite thing is training the youngsters. Like what I'm doing with Donut now, teaching them to lunge, long rein, all the groundwork before they're actually ridden. I absolutely love it. This is why all the horses are spaced out in age. So as someone is old enough to get broken to ride, we've usually got a youngster up and coming that I'm then teaching the groundwork to. I absolutely love watching them learn all the groundwork and everything. So my favourite thing to do with a horse is groundwork and training. So another question was, how old was I when I started riding? How old were you?
I've always had horses, but I only started riding them around 2 years ago when my brother gave up the driving with Gambler, and I just started riding Gambler.
And I started riding horses when I was nearly 16. My partner, their dad, has had horses all his life, and when I got with him when I was 16, he then introduced me to the horses, where he taught me how to ride. But the family is predominantly driving horses, they do, and in hand they used to do back in the day. So started out doing driving horses, again with a bit of the in hand, but then I really enjoyed watching the ridden horses, so then I took that on. But yeah, I've been riding horses about 20 odd years now, so been a long time, but only been riding them competitively since I got Willow. If you haven't seen Willow's riding journey, go and watch that one after this video. That goes into depth on why I decided to sell all the horses I had and really focus on Willow. What's your favourite saddle pad colour?
Probably Asia Blue, the one that Gambler has on at the minute.
Yeah, you have the whole set, don't you, of the Lemure Asia Blue that you got. My favourite saddle pad colour is grey. I think it suits any horse. I had a dark grey saddle pad and it was lovely. But then Lemure brought out the collaboration with This Esme, and I absolutely love that pad with the grey and the pink. I had one like that years ago with my old mare, and I love that colour combination back then, and I'm really pleased that they brought out this collaboration on that colour this time. So yes, I've got that set. The grey Lemure This Esme collaboration is my favourite one. So another question was, what's our plans with the horses for 2023? What's your plans for Gambler?
One of my plans is to get him to higher level shows like Royal Welsh Show and the Equifest in hand and Horse of the Year show in hand.
Yeah, you want to go to Your Horse Live, don't you? Start there, do the Search for a Star programme in hand. He would love to go to the Royal Welsh with Gambler. There's a gelding class and a young handler class there that he can do. He's got lots of plans, haven't you? You want to do some more county shows. It's just fitting it all in. The fact of having 4 horses, trying to get everyone out all year long somewhere, is just hard, trying to get them all scheduled out to go out. So that's Gambler. What are my plans with Donut? I don't like showing 2-year-olds. They're scrawny, they grow at a funny shape or rate. They're just growing so much that we will see with Donut. I do hope to get him out to a couple of shows. When they will be just depends on how he's growing and how he looks. There's a hell of a lot of little local shows that we can go to in our area, luckily. So through the summer months, there's usually a show happening every single weekend. So if I think he's looking all right one weekend, then I'll just book him into a show and take him out. What are my plans with Champ this year? Just taking him to a few little local shows, but maybe not the little local level. I might try and do not affiliated shows, but there are some shows that are a little bit higher, just because I do worry how he can be hot and sharp. That the little local shows, there seems to be more novice people and owners there, and I don't want to panic anyone if Champ has one of his moments. He is entitled to still go in the novice horse classes, but that's usually novice horse and novice rider, and if Champ prats about, rears up or anything, he's going to scare the living daylights out of any novice child that is there. So the next level shows sort of do a novice horse, a 6-year-old class. Well, he'll be 7 by then. So yeah, they do age related classes and experience related classes. Depending how much prize money you've won, you can go into a novice, regarding whether you've won a tenner or more or anything. So we're going to try that with Champ this year. And my plans with Willow this year is his shows start up very early on in the season. February time is when Willow's shows start, doing the Royal International qualifiers and Hoy's qualifiers. They start a bit later. Royal International is the first ones. So that is my plan. Fingers crossed we can try and qualify Royal International this year. Last year we keep coming second. They always say something about his weight, so I'm trying hard. The hard bit I have at our yard is where we don't have a school, so I have to hire schools, and usually can only really get out to a school once a week, really, because although I can drive the box, I don't like going places completely on my own, just for a safety thing. So Lewis is at school all week, Steve's at work all week. So yeah, I can only really get out to his school once a week, but so I'm trying to keep Willow's weight in check and get him up fit and ready very early for the show season. And then the last question we've got: will I buy another horse? Yes, highly likely. I actually have the Welsh prefix, so I can breed foals and put my prefix at the front of their name. My ultimate goal in life would be to have a horse that I've bred with my prefix on and take it up the levels. Donut I plan to keep as a stallion. Of course, he can go for stallion licensing from January coming. If he fails that, he will have to be gelded, and then we'll see. That's absolutely fine. Champ I'd always planned to keep as a stallion, but because he was far too highly strung with his bits, we decided to geld him. So the plans can always change, but I do plan to keep Donut as a stallion and buy a mare in time. But I don't go looking for horses. Every horse we've got, we've come across, we've crossed paths with for some reason. So I plan to find a mare that way. Again, just I'll end up seeing something I like and buying it then. So when it will happen, I don't know. But yes, I do plan to buy a Welsh Section D mare and eventually breed a foal from it. But we will wait and see on that one. You want another horse, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants something else to show and do the same as he does with Gambler. The problem we have with the horses is we do only rent the yard that we're on. Of course, we've got a contract in place, but there is always worry on what's going to happen and everything. Once we finish on this yard in time, when the person asks us to leave or anything, we do plan to buy our own yard. So that just gives us a bit more security on what horses we can get and what we can do with them. But whilst we've got our yard, we will stick with it. But it just does limit us a little bit to what horses we can have. But yes, the plan is to buy another horse in time.
I showed you some earlier, didn't I?
You did, didn't you? Very nice ones as well. But no, not yet.
They're not for sale, though.
No, they're not. That's the end of this video. If you like what you see, please like and subscribe. And if you've got any comments or questions that you want to know, just comment them down below and maybe we'll make another Q&A like this for you. But thanks, bye.